Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be going over the coding assignment for hangman.py. So in hangman.py we're going to be playing the game Hangman, which essentially is you get a definition, a hint for a word, and the blank spaces, and then you have to just guess letters. Okay. So as the last time, I'm giving you starter code. So over in your coding platform, in Unit 4, you should make a directory for Hangman. And then in your directory, you should copy and paste the starter code, the get command for the starter code, right here, the one in blue. All right, and whoops, mine showed up in the war file because my directory was in the war. So I'm gonna, my apologies. To do that the right way, what I should have done is set my directory to cd unit for hangman. And if I delete this and just show you the right way to do it, there. Sorry, I don't know why this is getting in the way. Try it one more time. There we go. Yeah, all right, so delete that. Now run that since my directory is set correctly. It will show up where it needs to show up. And there we have it. So there's your student name, Hangman. And again, I've started off with a lot of stuff here. So let's kind of walk our way through it. We have our main procedure where we get a word from our word bank. Again, I've kind of done this, made it as easy as possible. I've only given you one word and one definition. So you know, if you want to add more and actually use this as a way to study, you can, because it will randomly generate a word from the list you have, and if you add more, you can. So you're welcome to do that later. You get the length of the word and store it in a variable n. You make a blank list for the guesses for the letter, and then you need to populate the letter guess list with blank spaces for all the letters, otherwise a blank space. So what that means is you go down here, all the letters D, A, T, A get blank spaces, but or underscore I should say, whereas this, if it's a blank space, I want you to put in like an actual blank space. So all the letters get underscores, whereas this is an actual blank space. Okay, and again, this is where I'm going to start not giving you everything, so you should be able to populate a list. So do a process repeatedly. So for every if it's a letter, if is alpha, kind of give you that. As you process through, if the element you're looking at is so it's for I in range n. If word bracket I, if that element dot is alpha, then you append an underscore, else you append a blank space, as it shows you right here. Then you print the list, and again, this is a little bit different. When you were printing the list here, if you look at my examples here, you see I print an underscore and then I print a space. So I will actually go through that one with you. So if you go down to the print list procedure, print list traverses a list, printing the each element in the same line with a space after each element, then enters down after printing the entire list. So the idea is for I in range len, and I did call the parameter list. I want to print list, as a formatted print list bracket I with a space after it. But I don't want to enter down, so n equals blank. All right, and then once I've done that, then I can print and enter down. Okay, so again, just kind of reminding you how some of the stuff is done. All right, so that's just printing it. And then we go ahead and play the game. So again, we get a word, we get the letter guess list, which is, right now it's all full of underscores. That's the letters that we've actually guessed. We get the length of the word. We set our number of allowable wrong guesses to 6, and then we play the game. So while the guesses remain, and full word has not been guessed, so there's two things here. So while wrong guesses remain is greater than 0, and basically you want to make sure that the word is not equal to the letter guess list. All right. Then you want to play the game. So here, I'm trying to remember the process here. I think, I'll double check. I think we are able to just say word not equal to letter guess list. I'll have to double check that one here in just a second. Actually, I'm glad I double checked because this would actually not work because a string, while it is a list of characters, it's not always treated the exact same as a list itself. And so you can't just do it that way. To combine all these characters into an actual list, you can't do just letter guess list. You have to do quote quote dot join. Sorry. Letter guess list. All right, so we are comparing word, and so while word is not equal to, when you combine all the letters from letter guess list, while they're not equal, that's why you keep on playing the game until that happens. All right, or while that's not true. Okay, so first of all, you need to get a letter. Call getChar procedure, so get a letter, store it in a variable letter. So, some of the stuff I'll just kind of show you. Letter equals getChar, and then guess a letter. That's what we're asking the user to do. And then the error message is to make sure to enter a single letter. Okay, so let's go to the getChar and actually make sure that's written, because I don't think that is for us. getChar is not. So we're going to validate getting only a single alphabetical character and return lowercase. So remember, I'll do part of this. It's while true, try. So while true, try. That's our standard kind of validation technique. And then what you want to do is you want to say C equals input prompt with a prompt, yeah. And if C dot is alpha, right, you want to be an alphabetical character, and you only want a single character, the len of C is 1, you want to return it. All right, you can strip it and do the lowercase, so I'll finish this. So make sure you return the lowercase and stripped version. Else, print error message. And since we're not actually converting it to anything other than, not doing anything other than just using the input, you don't really technically need to use the try, but if you do use it, don't forget you have to have an accept. So you could have a value error, and again, I would say print error message. All right, which is basically what you should be doing here. And then again, here's the return. So you have to finish that. I'm not going to do that for you in the video. So make sure you return the lower of C. Okay. All right. let's see, what's next? Determine if the letter is in the word. This is one of those quick checks, right? If letter in word. You don't need to actually even use a loop. And then check if the letter is already in, the letter guess list, meaning like if with data abstraction, A is a lot in there a lot. So if you guess A once, you don't want to check if it's already, if it's a second, if you're guessing it a second time by accident, right? So like if letter in letter guess list, tell them you already guessed the letter, pick a new letter. All right, so finish this. All right. If the letter is in the word, though, and you haven't guessed it, right, that means you need to actually, find it and put it in there. All right, so if the letter is in the word, you traverse the word, right, for I in range, len word, find where it goes, right? If word bracket I is equal to the letter, then you say you put the letter in letter guess list there. Okay. Else you decrement, you remove a guess, and you print the letters not in the word. Okay. Then you print the list, and that's basically it. I think I've basically kind of walked you through all of it. I haven't done 100% of it, but I've done quite a bit of it for you. That should be enough to help you get started. Let me know if you have any questions. This one does have check, so once you do finish, you should be able to run the check command. War did not have a check because there was too much output, but this one does have a check. You should be able to run it before you submit it. Okay? All right. Thank you very much.